Welcome back to Underground Sports Talk. I'm Alex.
I'm Jordan.
And before we get started, I just want to shout out everybody who's been showing some support, subscribing to the channel, following us on the socials, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Hey, keep liking, sharing, all that stuff. We really appreciate it. Get us out there because you know we have the best takes in football and with the Packers. With that being said, we had a great game against the Chicago Bears. Took the dub. It was hyped up all week. The fans of the Chicago Bears were going crazy, talking that smack. One guy even said, I can't go to Chicago for some reason. I don't know what that meant. I asked him why, and he didn't tell me why. Who cares? Really? I'm going to go now. I'm going to go to the Bean. And, hey, I'm gonna flick the bean over there. No, so with that being said, I just thought it was a great game, man. Everybody was doing their part. The whole tight end room stepped up in the absence of Kraft. Our defense played outstanding. We stopped the Bears when a time that they usually get hot, right there at the end of the game. Which, hey, maybe they should work on that. But with that being said, I just think that we played a great game, but I don't think that it was Matt LaFleur's best game plan. I think he has that coming up for after like Reed and Golden are a little more settled in, and we're going to see that against Chicago next week. So just real quick, I want to shout out Micah Parsons. He always makes a big, impact on the game. He's getting held, choked as he goes, and it doesn't get called. So, hey, I see you, man. And, just because he's a different kind of person doesn't mean he's not a person. He is a person. He has feelings. And you need to call those holes out.
Yeah. Micah Parsons came out and said he guesses his neck is optional gear, because you can hold on optional gear. Like if you have like a towel or something or one of those hand warmers, you can grab and you can pull on those. But that's what he said. He was like, I guess my neck is optional gear. But
maybe if it's a certain amount wide.
Yeah. It's just too much of a neck. More of a torso.
Yeah.
Yeah. Micah Parsons, he had a great game. You're not going to see it. He had one tackle. You're not going to see it on the stat sheet, but you will with the pressures. He did have some pressures. But yeah, I think my biggest takeaway from the game so far was so far. It's
almost like it's going. It's like a to be continued because we got another one in 2 weeks.
I didn't think the Bears were that good. What I saw on tape, what I saw with all their backup quarterbacks and everything like that they faced, I just didn't think they were going to be as good as they were. And I was impressed. Them coming back in the second half. And then our defense couldn't make a stop for, almost 3 straight drives.
Almost.
In the second half. And then,
almost.
But
then
you guys know what happened.
We end the game with a Keyshawn Nixon hit right there in the end zone.
Yes, sir. So I think it's time to get into either game balls or blame beers. Oh, wait, we played the Bears. It's game balls. Let's go.
Boom, game balls.
First.
All right, so we got the dubs. We're handing out game balls. With that being said, I think that the game ball that I want to give out, the guy we just talked about, is Keyshawn Nixon. And not just because of the game-sealing interception, but I think he deserves a game ball for his passion. You've seen he got a little passionate out there. There was a couple penalties. But, hey, I like that. It's a rivalry. We got to keep this rivalry going. It's not no buddy-buddy when we're out there on the football field. And I think Keyshawn Nixon is a great example of that. And he got the game-winning interception. So my game ball going to Keyshawn Nixon.
All right, game ball number 2. Of course, there's probably not going to be as many game balls on the defensive end as the offensive end. So I'm gonna start with the offense. I'm gonna give this game ball right here to Christian Watson.
Oh, yeah.
What a game to affect the game as much as he did with only 4 catches is amazing. But he had 4 catches. I think he had like 89 yards, 2 TDs, took a slant to the house, caught a deep, was it like a 23-yard pass there too, and had a couple of big plays. So shout out Christian Watson.
Christian Watson, let's go. Hey, this is awesome. I feel glad that we get to give out more game balls to the offense this week than the defense, even though the defense went crazy. But I already gave them their flowers. I guess, spoiler alert, it's going to be offense for me for the rest of the time. And I got Jordan Love with the next game ball. He is staying consistent. He's staying poised. He's throwing them deep balls and making them happen. Jordan Love, man, Toyota-thon, so crazy. Such a crazy little, what do they call those things there?
Winky dink?
Winky dink? No. No, but it's awesome that how he gets going later in the season like this, right when we need it to happen. He had 234 yards, which was the exact same amount of yards he had last week against the Lions, which is kind of crazy with all these coinky doinks, 27, and all that crap. But yeah, 3 touchdowns. Again, he did throw 1 pick, but hey, that was early on in the game. It wasn't a game-losing pick like a Caleb Williams would do. So, game ball is going to Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, I also want to shout out Jordan Love just for the fact of not letting that pick affect the game. Honestly, it ended up not really playing that big of a part. Obviously, we were driving and we would have scored, but he didn't allow that to affect the game. So the next game ball I'm going to give to none other than Josh Jacobs.
Oh, wow. Is that
because he's up there on the thing we're looking at. The biggest thing, he had a solid game. He had some tough runs, though.
He did.
Some where he was getting first downs, and then that game clinching touchdown. That was a real run. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it was real.
He had to break through a couple of tackles and then force his way into the end zone. He's just that stable force for our offense, Sometimes I feel like Jordan Love can be more of the wild card on our offense, because he can have the games where he's throwing 3 touchdowns and things like that. But Josh Jacobs always there. He's going to probably put up 80 yards, at least a touchdown in every game. And when you need him, he's going to deliver. Josh Jacobs. All right, the last ball of game.
All right. The last ball of game is going to be the tight end room in general. I mean, we did lose a Tucker Kraft, but, man, you've seen all these different tight ends stepping up. You've seen Wiley, Fitzpatrick. You've seen Musgrave, obviously. Musgrave could have had that big reception early on, even though they called it wrong. But, hey, who cares? The point is that next man up mentality that Matt LaFleur has put into the Packers locker room is showing, and you can see it right there in the tight end room this week. So shout out to them for stepping up.
Nice. Well, that's what we got for game balls. So again, Alex's 3 game balls are.
First, I had Keyshawn Nixon, shouting him out for his passion and the game-sealing pick. Second, I had Jordan Love for continuing his Toyota-thon greatness. And then, of course, I had the tight end room for the Green Bay Packers stepping it up.
And then I had Christian Watson. We all saw it. If you watched the game, you know how much he affected the game, whether he was catching the ball or, everybody going after him when Bo Melton was just laying in the end zone like,
Shout out to Bo Melton, though. He was a
special
cornerback, got a touchdown on the Bears. Let's go.
I don't know. And then the last game ball that I had was Josh Jacobs, that steady force for us. So he and the game sealing touchdown. Big touchdown. Big time.
Huge.
So, kind of put a bow on this game though. It was a great game to watch.
It was
Honestly,
fun. It was fun to watch.
It was.
The rivalry is back. Bear fans, I know you're hella salty right now, but you should feel good because it was a game. It was a football game. We were worried for a little bit. I won't lie.
Yeah, honestly, the Packers are a lot more talented than you guys. I mean, and you guys aren't supposed to be here yet. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is the beginning of your rebuild,
Why are you here?
So, shout out to the Bears for that. But I think it was fun to see. I think it was funny to see because I think one of the biggest reasons you guys are where you're at is because your head coach, Ben Johnson. But honestly, he kind of fumbled the game at the end there, with the clock management at the end, just trying to not give it back to Jordan Love because he's so scared of Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur.
Did he take his shirt off? Did Ben Johnson take his shirt off?
I can confirm.
Were there free hot dogs in Chicago?
No. I can confirm. I still think he's wearing 3 layers of clothing right now. So,
probably. He's probably still chilly.
He's got the ice. He's got ice in his veins because it's a little cold, bro. A little cold. So that's what I got.
No shirtless Ben Johnson. No free hot dogs in Chicago. At the end of the day, the Bears did lose. So therefore, I can say this to you, Bear fans: the Bears still suck.
Yes, sir.
Boom. We're Underground Sports Talk. We will see you in the next video.